example, nice example has been given here. Everybody. Because everybody is servitor of Krishna. Jivar Swarupa hoy Krishna Pradar. And Anukulesa Sankalpa Pratikulesa Buddhana. What is favorable for your bhajan, for Krishna service, you accept it. What is not favorable, you reject it. That is said. One who is a completely surrendered soul, it does so. It may be very dear to you. The person or some act, whatever may be, it may be very dear to you. But if it is proved that it is unfavorable for Krishna service, you should reject it. You understand? Anukula Sankala Pratikula Subharjana. What is favorable, that should be accepted. What is not favorable, unfavorable, however dear it may be, or he may be, the person may be, should be rejected. You understand? Example, many examples are there. Great devotees, they have done so. In the life of Ramanujacharya, we find so. Ramanujacharya is a great Acharya, out of 4 Acharyas, of Sri Sampradaya Acharya, Ramanujacharya. We find Ramanujacharya had a wife. He was Grasta first. He had a wife. But that wife was not good one. She was not devotee, you see. Not Krishna conscious or God conscious. But Ramanujacharya was a devotee because he was Acharya. He became Acharya. Sri Sampradaya. Ramanuja tried his best to teach his wife. You understand? And that's the duty of husband. Poti no sosyat. Bhagavatam says, 5th canto. Poti no sosyat. He should not be husband. Should not be husband of a wife if he cannot teach his wife this Krishna consciousness. Poti no sosyat. So Ramanuja tried his best to teach his wife. But he failed. She was so incorrigible. You understand? His wife was so incorrigible. And very harsh words. She was speaking very harsh words, very harsh. Such bad mouth, she had bad mouth. And this is Grihastha's duty to serve a guest, Atithi Seva. We say Atithi in Sanskrit, guest. Who comes, accidental, comes, without further previous notice comes. He is Atithi. You understand? He is Atithi, his guest. And Grihastha's duty is to serve him. That's Grihastha's duty. Shastra says so. If some Atithi comes, guest comes to the house of Ramanujacharya, his wife speaks so harsh words to him. Why have you come here? Is it your father's property? It's our property. Why have you come here? Like that. So much harsh words. And that guest feels embarrassed. Immediately leaves. But Ramanujacharya is quite different, quite opposed. He is a bhakta, he is a devotee. He taught his wife, don't say so. Don't say so. Repeated many times. He instructed her, but it failed. You understand? Once Ramanujacharya had gone out somewhere. There's a Brahmin. Sometimes he used to go out to preach, to collect bhiksha like that. Mm. So once he had gone out, he was not in his own house. One Brahmin came. One Brahmin came, guest, Atithi. His wife was there. That Brahmin, generally the Brahmins, they go to Grihasthas' doors to collect some bhikya. Brahmins, poor Brahmin came for getting some bhikya. And Ramanujacharya's wife rebuked him. Why have you come here? Is it your father's property is here? I'll give you. Get out here. So nasty. Very bad mouth. And that Brahmin was morose. He felt distressed. So he left immediately. On the way he met Ramanujacharya. He told him that I had gone to your house, but your wife told me such things. And then and there, he decided, no, I'll finish this business today. I'll reject my wife now. I'll never keep her in my house now. So all right, wait. So he wrote a letter. You understand? So you have to again go to my house. I am writing a letter. Now she will treat you very nicely. So Ramanujacharya wrote a letter. As if his wife's father is writing that letter. He wrote accordingly. So he wrote that calling the name, I don't know the name, my daughter, you should know I sent this Brahmin with this letter to you. You should know that your brother's marriage is going to take place within 2 days, very short time. I had no time to inform you sufficiently ahead. It was all on a sudden the marriage was fixed. So I sent this Brahmin with the letter. You should come with him immediately to my house and tell my son-in-law, your husband, should come also. If he said that he had some business, he cannot come immediately, so you come alone with this Brahmin. He may come afterwards. It's written like that. Then Brahmin again came back. And Ramanujacharya left outside house. He said, I forgot to give you one letter. I had brought a letter from your father. But you chastised me. So I left. But on the way I could remember, I had to hand over this letter. So I again came back. This is letter for you. So your father has sent this letter. So she read the letter, father has written such thing, and brother's marriage, I have to go immediately with this Brahmin. Then he said, now she treated him very nicely, gave him nice seat to sit, prepared nice food for him, fed him, nice treatment. You understand? So in the meanwhile, the Ramanujacharya came. She went to her husband. So what is it? Father has written this thing and sent this letter to this Brahmin. So you prepare yourself now, we'll go immediately. And then Raman said, all right, show me the letter, I will read it first. Yes, written. If I have business, I may go later. Yes, I have business, I cannot go immediately. You go with this Brahmin immediately. I'll go later. After 1 day or 2 days, I'll go. I will be there. In this way, he just left his wife. You understand? He left his wife. Then he left home. He sent his wife to her father's house. Now he said, now it's all right now. I am now free from this anxiety. So it is now proper time. So he left home. He could leave his wife, you see. Life is very dear. Still, pratikulya sabarjano. It's not favorable for sadhana, for service, you see. It's created hindrance. And all his efforts failed. So he left. This example. You understand? Is given there. Anukulya sankalpa pratikulya sankalpa, however dear it may be. If it is found as a hindrance for Krishna service, for my sadhana, for my bhajan, leave it immediately. Leave such person, leave such place, leave such circumstances, situation, whatever. It is stated. What is favorable, we will accept it. Yes, Another point is that Krishna says, mat karma krit. Do work for me, isn't it? And also previously I said, jat karosi, jat asnasi, jat juosi, jat dasi, jat avasyasi kaunteya, tat kurusha madarpana. Yes, yes. Jat karosi, whatever you do for me. Or the result of your work should be offered to me, isn't it? Jat karosi. Jat asnasi, whatever you eat should be offered to me. Isn't it like that? Then one may say, all right, here is a mat karma krit. Work for me. That's all. Krishna says this thing. All right. I'll kill animals and sell flesh. Krishna, whatever you do, I am doing this for Krishna. So, will it be accepted? Why not? He says, I am doing for Krishna. Krishna says, mat karma krit. Whatever you do for me. So I am doing this thing for Krishna.
You have to do that which is favorable for Krishna. Krishna says, patram pushpam palam toyam. So, those things you offer.
Offer for Krishna. That's all right. He will never accept any other thing. Except this patram pushpam palam toyam bhakta. That's what he is, isn't it? Once I saw in a temple here in Orissa, in Sonpur, while I was preaching, traveling. I was living at the time in a temple, this Marwari temple. Marwari temple. You know Marwaris? Rich men.
Oh yes.
They do business, Marwaris. Marwari temple. And that Marwari, he had kept a Brahmin to serve deities, you see. And that Brahmin was taking tea. You understand? And he was offering tea to Krishna, putting tulsi leaves on it. I saw it. I asked, what are you doing? Offering to Krishna this tea, putting tulsi leaf on it, so I will drink it. Krishna says, offer to me. What is this? Will Krishna accept tea? And how is it that you are putting tulsi leaf on tea? Committing such offense. Tea is an intoxication, is intoxicant. How can offer it to Krishna? It's forbidden. He said, whatever eat, you offer me. I offer. No, don't do it. Such people are also there. And similarly, whatever you do for me, so let me kill animal and sell this flesh, earn money. So I am doing it for Krishna. Krishna will never accept it. One important point is that whatever you do, that's all right, and that service should be favorable for Krishna, not unfavorable. But one may say, what is that? Arjuna killed his kith and kin, his guru, his superiors, Guru Janas, in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So he killed human beings. I am killing animals. What how? I am killing Krishna. Then what answer will it be?
That was Dharma. Arjuna's killing was dharmic, but this animal slaughter it's not dharmic.
Now Arjuna don't kill according to his own way, you see, or out of enmity. You understand? In the first chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was so liberal, you see, broad-hearted. Let them take kingdom, let them enjoy. I'll be sannyasi, I'll live in the forest. I'll be karma sannyasi, you see. He was so broad-hearted. He was not prepared to kill, fight. Huh? Isn't it? It's the first chapter.
Yes, that's right.
But why did Krishna tell him to kill?
Because Arjuna, he would never have been able to sit in the forest and meditate. His nature is active. His nature is to fight. And
he is a Kshatriya.
Therefore, he has to do that anyway.
He has to fight. But fight for me. Krishna said, fight for me. Tasma sarvesu kalesu manganusmara juddhyacha. Madjar pita manabuddhi mangavasasi. You see? Huh? Give up. Madhyarpita mana buddhi. Attach your mind, intelligence to me. Stand up and fight. Huh? Every moment think of me and fight. That means do this fighting for me. Krishna said, ordered, and Krishna desired that. Krishna is pleased thereby. This is Anukulyana Krishna Anusharana. And Krishna is also his Guru. Arjuna has accepted him as Guru. Sishyatyahu sadhimam tam prapanna. Isn't it? As disciple will serve Guru. But Guru desires. Isn't it? Krishna desires so. So Arjuna did. So that is favorable service. That's not a general killing or hinsa. You understand? And Krishna is pleased thereby. That means your service, your action should be sanctioned by Guru. Do this thing, all right. Then it will accept by Krishna, otherwise not. If you do whimsically, without sanction of Guru, Krishna will never accept such service. This is there. You understand?
Yes.
Krishna as the Supreme Lord, as Guru sanctioned, yes, kill. Then Arjuna killed. Otherwise you can't kill. This is there. It should be sanctioned by Krishna or his representative Guru. Then you can do mat karma kur. Whatever I desire I do. Whatever I like I do. No, that should be sanctioned. Tell Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, I want to do such thing. It will be very nice. If Guru Maharaj says, all right, you do it, then you do. You say, no, don't do it. You can't do You understand? As for example, you see, one devotee from Australia writes me a letter that I want to marry. One Bhaktin is there, is Bhaktin Linda. She wants to marry me. And we have developed a good relationship. But she is much older than myself. Will you please Allah sanction this? And here it is custom in Australia. Some older ladies, some younger boys marry older ladies. He writes to me. Well, no, I can't appreciate it. I have no sanction. He feels very sorry. That's all I do. You see. Anyhow, Krishna gave him intelligence, he informed me. Otherwise, he would have married. And he gives us explanation. It is custom here. The younger boys marry older ladies here. Such things are going on. You see. But this process is this. That should be sanctioned by Guru, spiritual master. Then it will be accepted by Krishna. Otherwise, not. Whimsical service one will never do. This is important thing here. All right. Yeah. You understand? Yes, because of... He's acting whimsically, isn't it? Chidananda. And debating and just persuading Chidananda. Come, go. Don't do like that.
Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? Purport. Krishna has now explained about the personal, the impersonal, and the universal, and has described all kinds of devotees and yogis. Generally, the transcendentalists can be divided into two classes. One is the impersonalist, and the other is the personalist. The personalist devotee engages himself with all energy in the service of the Supreme Lord. The impersonalist also engages himself not directly in the service of Krishna, but in meditation on the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested. We find in this chapter that of the different processes for realization of the Absolute Truth, Bhakti Yoga, devotional service, is the highest. If one at all desires to have the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he must take to devotional service. Those who worship the Supreme Lord directly by devotional service are called personalists. Those who engage themselves in meditation on the impersonal Brahman are called impersonalists. Arjuna is here questioning which position is better. There are different ways to realize the Absolute Truth, but Krishna indicates in this chapter that Bhakti Yoga, or devotional service to him, is the highest of all. It is the most direct, and it is the easiest means for association with the Godhead. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord explained that a living entity is not the material body. He is a spiritual spark. And the Absolute Truth is the spiritual whole. In the 7th chapter, he spoke of the living entity as being part and parcel of the Supreme Whole, and recommended that he transfer his attention fully to the whole. Then again in the 8th chapter, it was said that anyone who thinks of Krishna at the time of quitting his body is at once transferred to the spiritual sky, to the abode of Krishna. And at the end of the 6th chapter, the Lord clearly said that of all yogis, one who always thinks of Krishna within himself is considered the most perfect. So in practically every chapter, the conclusion has been that one should be attached to the personal form of Krishna, for that is the highest spiritual realization. Nevertheless, there are those who are not attached to the personal form of Krishna. They are so firmly detached that even in the preparation of commentaries to Bhagavad Gita, they want to distract other people from Krishna and transfer all devotion to the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. They prefer to meditate on the impersonal form of the Absolute Truth, which is beyond the reach of the senses and is not manifest. And so, factually, there are two classes of transcendentalists. Now Arjuna is trying to settle the question of which process is easier and which of the classes is most perfect. In other words, he is clarifying his own position because he is attached to the personal form of Krishna. He is not attached to the impersonal Brahman. He wants to know whether his position is secure. The impersonal manifestation, either in this material world or in the spiritual world of the Supreme Lord, is a problem for meditation. Actually, one cannot perfectly conceive of the impersonal feature of the Absolute Truth. Therefore Arjuna wants to say, what is the use of such a waste of time? Arjuna experienced in the 11th chapter that to be attached to the personal form of Krishna is best, because he could thus understand all other forms at the same time, and there was no disturbance to his love for Krishna. This important question asked of Krishna by Arjuna will clarify the distinction between the impersonal and the personal conceptions of the Absolute Truth. Translation. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
Yes. There are always these two types of transcendentalists. One is personal, another is impersonal. Some are attached to personal form, and some are meditating on impersonal Brahman. They are known as impersonalists, voidists. Always there is, these two are there. And now Arjuna inquires, out of these two, which process is perfect and who is considered to be the best. And Krishna will answer this thing, because Krishna is the supreme authority. The supreme authority. Whatever Krishna will say, that should be accepted, because supreme authority. One must accept the authority, bona fide authority. Authority, and authority must be bona fide. The stress has been given to this bona fide, to accept bona fide authority. Therefore in 4th chapter, beginning of 4th chapter, Krishna said about that parampara system. Evam parampara praptam. Disciplic success, parampara. This is the most important thing, because this Krishna Tattva, to know about Krishna is not an easy thing. Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He says, Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrita mudhayo nabhijanati. A rascal, ignorant fool, foolish person cannot understand me. I never manifest myself everywhere or before everybody. Yogamaya Samavita. I am always covered up with my Yogamaya potency, Shakti. In other words, also, it is said that Krishna always tries to hide himself. You understand? Always tries to hide himself. So how can everybody know him? He tries to hide himself. Krishna is all pervaded. Krishna is present everywhere, even in an atom. But it's not easy to see him and notice him. You understand? Though he is all pervaded. And who sees him? Therefore there are two types, personalis, impersonalis. Those are devotees, those are developed a knowledge, devotion towards Krishna. They see him everywhere. They have developed such a vision. Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hrudesu Vilokayanti Jasyama Sundarama Chinta Guna Surupam Govinda Adi Purusham Tamambadam Brahma Samhita says this thing. One who is an unalloyed devotee, developed an unalloyed devotion, pure devotion,